Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Tundra Platinum long box in the color white. Let's take a look. Starting up front, underneath the hood, we have the twin-turbo 3.4-liter V6 engine. It is automatic transmission. Gets up to 389 horsepower, 479 pound-foot of torque, towing capacity up to 10,880 pounds, payload up to 1,576. Up front, you've got your LED headlights, customer daytime running lights, fog lights down below. On your front grille here, we have the Tundra logo. Underneath of the front Toyota logo is the front-facing camera. Across your front bumper, you've got these little round nodules. These guys are the front parking sensors. Over to the side here, you've got the 20-inch alloy wheels. Platinum plaque here is on both of your front doors. Then side mirrors include integrated turn signals, blind spot monitoring, and additional cameras underneath to contribute to the surround view camera effect. Looking at either one of your front handles, you'll find this little dimple. We'll talk about it more on the driver's side. Heading back, all your rear windows come with factory tinting. And in the back, currently, we have the bed lamps turned on. These guys can be turned off or work automatically with opening and closing of doors. You'll also notice between them, there are a couple of little cameras there. We will talk about the function for those when we get up front, and when we're up there, we'll also talk about the controls for your power adjustable rear windshield. Now, on the back of the unit here, just like up front, you've got backup parking sensors that go the whole way across your bumper. Left-hand side, you have that 4x4 badge. You have the Tundra logo stamped into the back of the bed. Down below, you have your hitch receiver, and spare is mounted underneath. On your handle is where you'll find your backup camera. To open up your bed space, you got a couple options. One is to reach into the handle and press the button inside of here. The other is to go over to your driver's side tail light. You'll find a little button on the side. Give that a press, and it will automatically lower itself downwards. Tundra logo across the back once again here. Try not to mind too much of the snow and ice here. It's just part of Canadian life. Of course, inside the bed here, we have tie-down hooks. You've got bed rails with adjustable cleats. On the right-hand side, you've also got a power outlet. To close up the space back here, you can either reach down and lift this up yourself, and once you lift it up a couple inches, it'll close itself the rest of the way. Or again, you can just go over to the little button on the side, give it a press, and it will close itself upwards. Next, let's take a look at the inside. Inside here, the interior upholstery is the black Softex leatherette. You have both black and this nice dark blue stitching on your seats as well to give it a little bit of contrast. If you look closely at the seats, you'll find this texturing, and if you look between it, you'll be able to find more glints of the same blue as you find on the stitching. In between the two sides back here, there is a folding down armrest / cup holder, which you can easily tilt up and away to increase seating capacity. Then next to your middle headrest or rear passenger headrest, you'll find this little fabric strap. Reach up and release this guy in order to access the storage spaces in behind the seat, including your toolkit back there for your spare. You also have one of your JBL speakers back here. You have this premium JBL speaker sound system all throughout the vehicle. Underneath the seats, you'll find more storage space. You can just reach down and lift it upwards to access this. It reaches the whole way across both sides of the bench back here. Currently, we've got a couple of accessories being stored down here, including the hitch receiver and the Tundra carpeted mats. You can see the embroidery on the back there. All the units come with both carpeted and rubber mats. Now, looking up overhead, there is a panoramic moonroof inside here for everybody to enjoy. Then on the back of the front passenger and driver seats, you've got pouch storage. Back of the console, you have your cup holders, and underneath that, you have your heated and cooled seats. 3 levels for each, 1 set for each side in the back here. Red is for heat, blue is for cool. Under that, you have all of your charger ports. Inside of your door, you have your storage spaces. We got more of that blue stitching here. Power window up top, and then you also have a built-in sunshade. So this guy unhooks, rolls all the way up top, locks into place on these little hooks all the way up there. Helps to keep the sun out of everybody's eyes without taking away from the view of the window. And of course, you can just as easily unhook it, roll it all the way back downwards, and it will go flush into your door frame. Back again to this little dimple now. This guy indicates keyless entry. So if you have the key fob on your person, you can tap your hand up top here or inside the handle to lock or unlock your unit. Inside the driver's door, you've got power windows here for both front and back, window locks, power lock system, side mirror controls. On the left, this allows your side mirrors to fold in flat with the body of your unit. You can keep it set to A for automatic, so they'll fold and unfold if you lock and unlock with a key fob, or you can manually adjust these controls at any point in time. We also have the metallic handle on the inside of these units. Down below, you have your memory seat settings, which of course means you have electronic seat adjustment. Back, front, up, down, and lumbar support. You also have this underneath support all the way up front, which allows this front section to move in and out for you. One last thing that is a little bit more noticeable in the door than other spaces is you can see this ambient lighting that glows underneath. This is all throughout the vehicle. Of course, it stands out a bit better in the nighttime than it does in the day, but it's a beautiful little detail at any point in time. Now, down below here, this is where you have your hood release latch. Up top, you have your controls for the automatic, your rear bed lamp lighting, automatic headlamps, automatic start-stop. You've got dash brightness, odometer trip, rear parking sensors, your AC 120 volts, and your heated steering wheel control. And then on the steering wheel itself, you also have the power, tilt, and telescopic controls. Now we'll hop up here and take a closer look at the steering wheel. It is black leather with blue stitching, just like the seats. Left-hand side there, controls for your dash display, hands-free communication, and your volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls on the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top, including both sonar and lane departure. Straight ahead on top of your dash, you'll find this little cutout. Now, if you look straight ahead, you can see right here there's a couple of metrics being displayed. This is your heads-up display. This guy allows you to keep your eyes on some of the pertinent information that you need while driving without having to take your eyes on and off the road to do so. You can have a couple different things being displayed up here. Currently, we have things including the compass as well as the speedometer. To the right of that, in the center, you have this little storage cubby with a 12-volt adapter on the left-hand corner of it, and underneath is your infotainment display screen. Nice big screen in the middle here. Definitely don't have to squint to see what's going on. Right now, we're looking at the optional navigation, which you can choose to connect through Toyota Connected Services. Then, audio listening, AM, FM, and satellite radio. Full Bluetooth connectivity includes Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and there's optional USB adapters throughout the unit. And in the middle is Bluetooth connectivity. This is to connect your personal device to the vehicle. You would also use this for hands-free communications. In the middle, or near the bottom, you have two things. One is your typical trip info, but the other one is seat controls. So we have massage seats up here for the driver and front passenger. There's lots of different controls that you can see. You can flip through them. It will light up showing you which areas are being affected. And you can even control whether the power is on and off and the full intensity of it. You can actually see this happening with the seats when it's actually turned on. So it's a nice little feature, super duper comfy and luxurious. All the way at the bottom here is all your settings. So things like personal profile, Bluetooth information, Wi-Fi, display, vehicle customizing, voice search, security, apps, etc. Underneath, you've got your volume control on the left-hand corner. Middle section here is climate control. We have a dual climate control up front here, meaning you can either have your temperatures synced up together, or you can turn off the sync to have them function independently. In the center is defrost for front and rear windshield, as well as your side mirrors. And then on each side, just like in the back, we have 3 levels for heated and cooled seats. Again, it's red for heat, blue for cool. To the right, you have this little USB port you can use for charging or connecting your phone to the vehicle. To the left, you have your push start ignition, trailer brake controls here as well as here. Next to that is your surround view camera. So if you give that a press, you'll find your infotainment turns to this full surround view look of the vehicle in real time. I have the driver's door open right now, so there's a little bit of distortion in the imaging that isn't typically present. You can also change the perspective from which you are looking at any point in time to get higher or lower, and you can even pause it to keep it facing in its current direction. You have more adjustments for this in the bottom right-hand corner icon. To get rid of this screen, you can either press the same button you did to bring it up, or just hit the X in the top left-hand corner. Next to that, you've got your traction control and 4-ways. All the way on the right hand is where you have controls for that power adjustable rear tailgate. In the front, you've got your parking hold and your parking brake. Gear shift, of course. Behind that is 2-wheel for high and for low controls, as well as driving versus towing mode. Storage spaces all throughout your middle section. Starting up front, you have this charging pad right here. It is wireless charging and compatible with any wireless charging devices. Nice thing is you've got little bumpers along the sides and along the bottom there as well, which will keep a phone nice and secure in that space so it's not knocking around when you're out and about on the road. Having this means you don't have to worry about having charging cords in your vehicle ever again, though of course if that is your preference, there are various chargers available to you at any point in time. Behind that, you have your cup holder spaces, which is a little pop-away design, so you can have them covered or have them available to you. Then you have the console. This little tray part up front can be slid back to get quick, easy access inside at any time. You can also open it up from either side. Just press this little button in and swing it upwards. You do have more of this interior light that'll stem down from the back, so you can see what's going on even at nighttime. On the front end, you also have some charger ports available there too. On the right, we continue with the black leather and blue stitching. You can see some of that ambient lighting going on underneath. Then you have a lockable glove box. Up overhead on the rearview mirror, 1, 2, and 3 dots, those guys are the garage door openers. Right now you've got a normal reflective rearview mirror, but if you flip the switch, this turns to a camera view behind yourself instead. This takes advantage of those couple of cameras we saw when we were looking at the rear bed lamp lighting near the top of the video. So the nice thing about this, the reason this is so nice to have inside here, is sometimes when you're driving you have either people or cargo that are being a distraction, if not blocking your view entirely. And if that is something you find yourself coming up against frequently, you can just flip this switch. You can see directly behind yourself without having to worry about any distractions inside of the cab. On top of that, you've got your sunglasses compartment, SOS button, overhead lighting controls. Of course, that includes the mood lamp lighting, which is the ambient lighting here. You've got controls up top there for the panoramic moonroof. And lastly, on the left-hand corner is the adjustments for the power adjustable rear windshield. You can take a look at it in action. Press the button in to have it roll downward, pull the button up to have it roll closed. You can even stop it at any point along the way to suit your preference. Great little feature for getting extra airflow inside of your front cab space. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Tundra Platinum long box in the color white. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.